Ah, Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. The place where you can go to get wasted beyond belief, put your entire life savings on red, fall asleep at the slots, spend $1,000 on dinner, and wake up the next day and do it again. I mean, you're on vacation after all, right? Now, these activities aren't shunned upon in Vegas, but in fact encouraged, because these activities of course make businesses money. Don't mind the time, just spend your money and enjoy the weekend here. So whatever your thoughts are on this weekend warrior kind of lifestyle, that's kind of the whole point of Vegas. Immeasurable amounts of overindulgence, flashy luxurious experiences, and dopamine hits to your brain harder and faster than brain dead videos on TikTok.
Ice cream, so good. Gang, gang.
So with that in mind, the next stock that I'm going to be discussing has made its home in Las Vegas and has the chance to be one of the most hyped stocks of the entire year. In fact, this is probably the most interesting new stock that I've came across in a couple years now. So let me know if you enjoy this kind of content where I talk about new stocks by giving this video a like. And I know this channel is primarily focused on long-term investments, but today I'd like to shed some light on a stock that has the chance to be an incredible swing trade opportunity. And this company is called SPHR Entertainment Co., ticker symbol SPHR. You see, like I mentioned, people now want premium. People want the best of the best. We've seen this happen in a ton of industries. So let me give you an example just to better illustrate my point. Malls are dying, but you know what isn't dying? Luxury malls and outlets. You see, within the last decade or two, there's been a shift from your standard run-of-the-mill mall to these outlets that craft experiences by bringing people in with movies, entertainment, and luxury designer goods, because that's what the market wants right now, a luxury experience, not simply a place where you can go to buy goods. So when people go to Vegas, you can bet that they want some sort of experience that they can't get anywhere else. And that's exactly what the SPHR offers. Just as people go to Dubai to see the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, or travel to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower, people are undoubtedly going to travel across the United States and the world to see this SPHR. Why would so many people travel here though? Well, for one, just to see it, as this thing is honestly incredibly impressive. And I honestly don't care what any of the critics say about how ugly it is. I mean, this is Vegas, and I think it fits the Vegas atmosphere perfectly. And currently considered the world's largest spherical structure, this marvel is set to open on September 29th, 2023, with the main point of the SPHR being to host entertainment. Costing $2.3 billion and standing at 366 feet tall and 516 feet wide, and being able to house 18,600 people, this thing is honestly massive and promises to provide an incredibly immersive experience. All thanks to the interior and exterior being wrapped in HD screens. And these screens alone are what's going to massively help to drive revenue for the SPHR. Think about it. The entire outside is essentially a billboard for companies that want to advertise on it. And of course, with the inside being wrapped in the same screens as well, the entire arena is going to be providing a next-gen experience for anyone who has tickets. And this is where the fun starts, because this auditorium lends itself extremely well to music performers, and particularly music performers who aren't afraid or who already incorporate a lot of technology into their live performances and who perform for large audiences. EDM, pop, and rap artists like Zedd, Steve Aoki, Taylor Swift, and Drake are a few who come to mind who could really dominate this arena. And with U2 set to be the very first opening act in the SPHR this September 29th, I believe that there's most likely going to be some massive hype around this stock leading up to this event in particular. And this is the main reason why it might be worth checking out this stock before the end of September. And hell, this genuinely might be a phenomenal stock to invest in as a long-term investment even after September. Being honest though, I haven't decided yet when I'm putting my money in this stock. Like I said, this would probably be a hype play as a swing trade, because I virtually have no idea what the specific business model is for the SPHR, aside from just booking talent to sell out shows. But at this point, their business model really shouldn't matter, at least for now. And let me explain what I mean, especially for those of you who are like, what? Business models always matter. Currently, this stands purely as a hype stock leading up to the event in September, and for now, that's exactly how I'm viewing it. You see, this wacky, whimsical, insane sphere has just the right amount of grandeur, luxury, and next-gen tech baked into it to draw a large crowd. However, if you're worried that this sphere won't be able to generate enough revenue by solely booking specialty music artists who are most likely going to have to take months to practice and synchronize with all the technology quirks the sphere has to offer, you might want to think again, because this sphere could offer more than just a music venue. Since the entire thing is a wraparound screen, you have the potential to show movies here as a movie theater, UFC, esports, and probably the coolest thing in my opinion would be the use of the sphere as a planetarium in between the times music talent is booked. Think about it, you'd be completely engulfed in a dark void while you get to gaze up at the stars, planets, galaxies, and nebulas in what would be the largest planetarium experience ever created, meaning you could charge a serious premium for these kind of tickets. But of course, this is all just speculation on my part, and I'm sure there's even more possibilities that the sphere could be used for, but that's kind of the fun of it. Now, all that aside, there's always the chance that people might not think it's all that special after it opens up, and are left disappointed. But even if this is the case, that still doesn't destroy my hype thesis leading up to September for this stock, because I think the hype is still going to be there, regardless of what happens on September 29th or not. But I highly doubt people are going to be disappointed. I mean, this thing is going to get so much free publicity on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter that it's not even funny. So imagine that you got tickets to see a show in the sphere for a second. So unless you're a mentally stable person who decided to get rid of all their social media, or you're someone who lives in a cave with no access to social media, how could you not want to post about your experience in the sphere for the first time? Just think about how many views, likes, and shares that this thing is going to get. So with all that said, let me explain to you what my plans are. For now, I'm going to be watching this stock on the sidelines, as I think it's extremely intriguing and tempting to start buying. But if you personally want to start buying right now, more power to you. But as for me, I'm going to wait a little bit more before making my decision. After all, this is still a somewhat risky stock, and anything could happen with it leading up to September. But if you want to know my honest thoughts, I think the risk to reward between now and September is looking really good. Now, that doesn't mean to go out and buy call options on the stock that expire after September, but actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Point being, regardless of what you decide to do, if you've made up your mind and are going to invest some fun money into the stock, as always, I would start out small with this one and slowly build up a position by dollar cost averaging in, or it and just throw in all your money at once. Either way, I think there's definitely going to be a huge hype cycle going into this, and I think this is a really interesting stock if you're a swing trader in particular and are looking to ride some insane short-term momentum with this stock into September. And speaking of insane, if you enjoy technology stocks to invest in, then you'll want to check out this video right here, where I talk about how the company Palantir is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with software. Thanks again, and I'll catch you next time.